Welcome everyone to the first of many videos of the Risk Pause Play series, and I would like to start by saying I am not the original creator of this setup. I simply learned how to identify the pattern and properly apply it within the right context to increase the probabilities of success. And I also changed its name to emphasize what's important to me, which is risk management. So today we're going to take a look at it and we're going to break down from pattern to context the trade I took on January 11th, 2022 on INTC. So without further ado, let me go hide in the corner and break this thing down for you. So here we go. Risk pause play pattern. Item number 1, our standout igniting bar, followed by item number 2, our risk pause bar. And why do I like to call this the risk pause bar? Because our protective stop goes right under it. And if and only if the following bar takes the top of both of these bars like that, we're triggered into a trade with our protective stop under our risk pause bar. So be careful. The bigger the risk pause is, the bigger your risk is. So make sure that tiny bar is in the top 1/3% of our igniting move. Did you see that? Were you able to identify the pattern? Now allow me to remind you that a pattern without proper context is just a pattern. So let me take the next few minutes to show you what I saw and why I thought this was high odd probability trade for me to take. So first, let's analyze our igniting bar. Where is our igniting bar coming from? Our igniting bar is coming off a narrow 20 and 8 simple period moving average. The 20 is the blue line, the 8 is the gray line. And if you also observe, what our igniting bar is doing is clearing 34 minutes of price action to the left. And if you see where this arrow is pointing here, our risk pause bar is above prior day's close, this dotted line that you see across the chart, which this is a great sign because if you're taking a trigger under it, this could be potential resistance for your long. Now let's zoom out and focus on what the 5-minute chart is doing. What do we see in the 5-minute chart? We see our igniting bar coming off of a narrow 20 and 8 simple period moving average, clearing also about 35 minutes of price action to the left and above prior day's close. Now let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. This chart is very special to me. This is where I look for short-term support and resistance, and as this arrow will demonstrate, direction. The 20 is rising, the 8 MA right above it rising as well, and as you can see, we just had a buy setup trigger off of the MAs on the 15-minute chart. Now let's pull back once again and focus on the hourly chart. And on the hourly chart, I'm also looking for the nearest support and resistance area. And why is that so important? Well, in this case, I don't want to take a long at or near resistance. That decreases the odds of the pattern. So here, according to the hourly chart, I have an easy 2-to-1 plus to my first target. And finally, the daily chart. And what I want to point out in this chart here is that INTC today tested the 200 simple period moving average. This red line you see before you here held and bounced right off of it. I know that was a lot of information getting thrown at you and it can feel a little overwhelming in the beginning. If you need to rewatch this video, watch it as many times as necessary. If you think I'm going too fast and need me to slow down for the upcoming videos, leave a comment down below, slow your roll, and I can work on that. And if you like the channel, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you can see and you can get alerts every time I drop a new video. For the remaining of the video, I'm just going to turn the music up and let us watch how this play turned out. Hope you enjoy, and always, thank you for your time.